Today I want to talk to you about how to handle when you get a reimbursement from Amazon that's too low. I want to talk about how to know if your reimbursement from Amazon is too low and what you can do about it, maybe to get an additional reimbursement from Amazon. Now, in this video, I'm going to be talking about reimbursements for items that Amazon either loses or damages. I'm not talking about other reimbursements that Amazon owes you, but I'm focusing right now in this video about when Amazon loses an item or damages an item. And what happens, what Amazon's policy is, when they lose something or damage something that belongs to you, that you're entrusting them to store for you, they're supposed to do either one of two things. They're either supposed to find a replacement for you if they lose it or damage it, or they're supposed to reimburse you for the cost of that item. They're supposed to reimburse you, but when it comes to reimbursing you, it's kind of hard to figure out what exactly what number should you be reimbursed. I mean, if you send in an item and you price it at $100, is Amazon supposed to reimburse you $100 minus possible fees? What if everyone else is selling it for $20? I mean, that doesn't seem fair for you to get a $80 reimbursement if everyone else is really selling it for $25. So with that in mind, Amazon has specific rules that they put into place to come up with a reimbursement amount for the item that they have lost or damaged that they need to reimburse you for. So here are the four rules that Amazon has. The first rule is this: they look at your sales history. If this is an item that you sell all the time, and you sell it all the time at a particular price or around a particular price, they look at that sales history to try to come up with a reimbursement amount. The number two thing that they look at is the current sales on Amazon. They look at other FBA sellers who are selling this item. What is this item currently being sold for on Amazon? So they kind of look at that, try to come up with an average number of what that item's going to be selling for, and give you a reimbursement based on those numbers. The third thing that they look at is something that they call other factors, which they don't go into any detail about on their Amazon policy page. But there's other factors that are involved. So I'm always like, that just gives them an out to kind of come up with whatever they want. And then the number four thing is they say if they can't come up with a number, there's a chart that they will give you a certain flat amount depending on the category. Like let me even pull it up here so I can tell you. Like they would give you, if they lost one of your books, they'd give you a flat $12 reimbursement. If they lost one of your electronic items, they give you a flat $100 reimbursement. If they lost one of your items in the toy category, they'll give you a flat $20 reimbursement. But here's the deal: never once have I ever, in all the years that I've been doing Amazon FBA, which has been since 2011, never once have I gotten any of these flat reimbursement charges. I've always been given an amount that was deemed by the other three things that they do: looking at your sales velocity and your prices that you've been doing, looking at other Amazon FBA seller prices, and this crazy other factor thing that they try to figure out. So when most people have items that are lost or damaged in Amazon warehouse, and Amazon gives them the reimbursement, most Amazon sellers assume that this is what happens. They assume, okay, I bought this item, I sent it to Amazon, I priced it at $24.99, and I get a reimbursement back, and Amazon reimburses me. They look at my $24.99 price, and they take out the possible fees that if I sold it, and they reimburse me the amount of, if I had sold it at $24.99 minus the Amazon FBA fees. And so I probably get reimbursed around $18. That's how most people assume that's what happens. And sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't. So other times, Amazon does something different. Other times Amazon will say, oh, okay, you're priced at $24.99, and other people are priced at around $23.99 or whatever, and we'll give you a reimbursement of $10 and something cents. And you're like, wait a minute. If I went and did the math, I should be getting reimbursement of like $18, and you're trying to give me a reimbursement of like $10. There's an $8 difference here. That's a big deal. And the number of times that the Amazon needs to reimburse you, that can add up to some big cash. And especially if you have an item that is like a $100 item or a $200 item that gets lost or damaged, and Amazon kind of gives you a reimbursement that's kind of too low. Well, there is a way that you can get an additional reimbursement, and I walk you through that. So here's the first thing that you need to do. You need to do a little bit of research. When you are trying to open up a ticket with Amazon to try to request an additional reimbursement, you need to make sure you have your facts. You need to know some numbers, and you need to do a little bit of math. It's not that problem. In fact, if you want to see my exact step-by-step plan, you can go to fulltimefba.com/FBA reimburse, and I walk you through everything. So if you can't remember everything from this video, that's okay. fulltimefba.com/FBA reimburse with no spaces or hyphens. That will tell you exactly how to get this. So the first thing you need to know is the average sales price. So you take the ASIN of the item that you're wanting to make sure that you're getting the right reimbursement for. Go to the Amazon sales page, look at the other FBA sellers, see what they're priced at, like the top 3 to 5 or the lowest 3 to 5 prices that that are on Amazon right then. Kind of come up with an average number. So that's the first number that you do, the first piece of research that you do. The second piece of research that you do is you take that same ASIN and go to the FBA calculator. There's an FBA revenue calculator that breaks down all the items on Amazon where you can just put it in the ASIN and it breaks it all down to what your fees would be. You know, you put in the price that you want to sell it at and it breaks down what the fees would be as if you sold it at that price. You can find that at fulltimefba.com/calculator. It just forwards you right to the FBA revenue calculator, because if I gave you the full address, there's a bunch of 4s and 8s and forward slashes and weird symbols. It's just easier to say fulltimefba.com/calculator. So you go to that and put in that ASIN and then put the average selling price in as your price. And then you can click calculate. It will tell you what your margin impact is, which means what you should get from Amazon, what you should profit from Amazon after that item sold. So if you put in $24.99, the margin impact should come back around $18 and something cents. So you do that with the average price. You also can do that with your sales price. If this is an item that you sell a lot or you sell a few of, one of the things Amazon's supposed to do, look at your sales prices in history. So put that number also in there, calculate that. So now you've got some numbers. You've got the average selling price, you've got your sales price, and you've got the margin impact of what you're supposed to be getting back as a part of this refund. So you take those numbers and you open up a ticket with Amazon. Now, when you open up a ticket with Amazon, you go through and you tell them, you say, Amazon, I just got this reimbursement and it was only for $10 and something cents, but I feel like based on your FBA reimbursement policy that it should be $18 and something cents. Here's my price, here's the average selling price, here's what my reimbursement should be after fees, and this is what the reimbursement was. So would you please reimburse me an additional, $7, $8, whatever is the difference. Thank you very much for your time. Again, I have I have it all written down on the blog, fulltimefba.com/FBA reimburse. You can copy and paste what I wrote, enter in your own ASIN, your own numbers, and communicate that with Amazon to get an additional reimbursement. And more times than not, you do get that additional reimbursement. Now, if you realize that the difference is like $1 or $2 between what they reimbursed you and what they should reimburse you, just let it go. It's not worth your time. You want to be focused on time on things that are profitable, things in your business that are profitable. But if it's like $8, $10, $12, $20, whatever your time is worth to you, if you think that it's worth fighting for, request an additional reimbursement. And more times than not, Amazon will give it to you. And again, on the blog, I give you exactly what to say to Amazon, what their responses might be, and even how to respond to their responses. Because sometimes they say, I'm sorry, we need additional receipts or invoices, or I'm sorry, we're not going to be able to do this because I really didn't read your email, and I'm just responding with this, canned response to you. There's ways to continue to escalate the case to be able to get the reimbursement that you deserve. So again, I could totally explain that right now, but I think it's probably best just go to fulltimefba.com/FBA reimburse, and it's a blog post where I walk you through everything, exactly what they will say, how you respond so that you can get the reimbursement that you deserve. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to scroll down and like this video, leave a comment or a question, that would be awesome. And be sure you subscribe to the Full-Time FBA YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. And as always, come over to the blog, fulltimefba.com, and subscribe so you don't miss out on anything we have coming up just for you. I hope you have a great day. Bye.